Hey coaches, I hope you're having an outstanding start to your fall. It has been an incredible month so far with all the people we've been able to assist. And so I wanted to remind you of a metaphor that I talked about at convention. I brought up the idea of a vessel, right? As health coaches, we're like vessels, and vessels can come in different shapes and sizes and have different purposes. Specifically, one type of vessel is a container, and the point of a container is that it would normally have a lid so that it can't spill and it will hold things permanently. And I talked about us being more like a funnel, where we're fed into, and then because we're fed into, we pour out. On Sunday, our pastor gave this great example about how we could live this out within our faith. And I know we have people of different faiths, but the example was we could be like a reservoir. And in a reservoir, it's basically an empty space that gets filled, usually slowly and over time. But because there is something fresh pouring into it, it goes from empty to filled. Now, this is the really cool part. If there's no way for that water to escape, it doesn't stay fresh water. Basically, it becomes like the Dead Sea, where things can't grow in it. It becomes stagnant and old and stale. And that is really how I see maybe when we get to the place in our coaching where we're doing tons and tons of training, but we're not actually taking any action, is we kind of become old and stale, and we don't have that way to give back out again. So I know in my faith walk, I want to be a reservoir, and I also want to be that type of a health and business coach. Someone who is getting fed into, who's doing trainings and getting updated and getting fresh things poured into me. But that then I'm taking what's been poured into me and I am pouring out consistently so that I can stay useful. And so I just really want to encourage you. It's the 28th of September. There are 3 full days left in this month, but really we have a whole season of time now when people are looking for health and hope. So go out there and be bold. Here's one example. We got a lead this past week, and our leads have been getting better and better. And I called this woman who lives on the other coast, and she was busy. I could hear background noise, and I presented who I was and asked if I could call back another time, and she was willing to chat for a few minutes. And what I discovered through the art of asking questions and making the call all about her, this is someone who chose MetaFast but had clicked free health coach, is she is a doctor, a family physician who lives on the East Coast and takes care of people all day long. And she just recently had a heart attack that she's recovering from. She lost a spouse to a heart attack a year and a half ago, and she needs to lose, her first goal is 100 pounds. And that really, honestly, is not close to her BMI, but that's her very first goal. So she's a physician who's at least 100 pounds overweight, who reached out for health and hope because she knew MetaFast is a great tool. What happened by the time we were done with our phone call is I could hear a change in her voice and in her countenance when she realized that I was going to pour into her, that I was there for her, that this was the greatest thing that I have had the chance to do as far as a career goes, and that basically I was all in with her, and I'm going to cheer her along on the way. So I'm very excited for the potential, but mostly for the life change and the chance to impact her life. But what did I do as an action step? Besides getting her profiled properly and making sure that she's checking in with me before she starts, knowing that sometimes with leads it takes lots and lots of layering, the very next thing that I did is I put Dr. A's new book into an envelope with the doctor's panel, and I sent that out to her right away because I know she wants optimal health in her life or something that similar to that she's looking for, and she doesn't have all the tools yet. And so that's my job to equip and empower her. Now, I'm not going to buy her the system. She needs to make that investment. But what I love is giving Dr. A's book is a small start to that, and then I can also give her the background of the doctor's panel so she knows that there are others like her out there who've made that shift in their mindset. So I just want to remind you, be a vessel, be a reservoir, get poured into, but make sure you're taking the action step and pouring back out into others. I'm speaking specifically of clients right now, but don't forget your coaches as well. Be an empathetic business coach as well as an empathetic health coach, and let's go make some changes this month. All right, talk to you later.